Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for today's video. We are ready to take on part 2 of the ocean monument, draining the ocean monument. I'm hoping to be able to finish up draining the outside and actually to drain the inside as well in this episode. I'm going to be working on it mostly by myself, and so it's going to be quite the process, but I have been doing some work off camera in between the last video and this one, and I've gotten quite a bit done, and so I am looking forward to finishing this project up and moving on to more projects. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I just came back from the nether. I needed to dry out some sponges. I've done a lot of experimenting and I've done a lot of work to the monument, and I'm kind of excited to show you what I've done and where we're at. So let's go back and take a look. And it's coming up in just a moment here. Oh, excuse me. So as you can see, sorry, I needed to cut away for a moment. I swallowed wrong and I just kept coughing and I think I'm okay now. So as you can see, we've got a lot of it cleared out. The outside is almost done. There's only a total of 9 more sections to clear out. And so what I'd like to do is show you some of what the experimentation taught me. Maybe it'll help you out if you decide to clear out an ocean monument yourself. And I want to jump up here so I can get over here. Alright, so as you saw in the previous part of the video, at the start I was using sponges and it seemed like it left a lot, and it seemed like it was taking a real long time to do the sponges. And I did a little bit with the sponges, and then I thought, well, I'm going to try a different way. And so then I got the sand, and I was just dropping sand and then digging all the sand away. And you can see to fill up one block takes quite a bit. So then I'm going to run over here to the other side so I have a fresh section to work with. Then what I did was I went back to the sponges and I've been using the method and it seems to be working pretty well, and I want to show it to you. So if you go in the water here, if you go down 2 blocks, place a sponge, break that sponge right away, and then go over to the other side, and again 2 blocks down, break the sponge right away. For the most part, most of the time it does work. This time it left a little bit on each side, but that's okay because we can just clear that out and it won't be too bad. Now I used a couple extra sponges, but that doesn't happen very often, and I can live with that. I was trying to jump and I was hitting the walk button by mistake. So what I do is I break the sponges all the time so they're not hanging up in the air. It's easier to get them right after you take some of the water away. Another thing that I found seems to work sometimes is if you go corner to corner, but we're almost done with this section, I think. Oh yeah, we don't have a whole lot to do yet, so let's go here. Here. And we'll place one there. And one there. So that just leaves that little bit down the bottom, and I'll get to that in just a moment. So the other thing is you might be thinking, okay, well, what do you do about all this sand that's here? And after watching a number of videos, I've seen other people do this, and I've never tried it. So it was the first time I ever tried it. So I basically take a torch in my hand, break the block, and place the torch right away. Sometimes I can get it right away, and I can go sometimes pretty many times without having any problems. And then every once in a while I have one where it causes me a problem. Okay, so now we got all the sand taken care of up here. I don't want to break these blocks because that's full of water yet. So now we're going to go down in here because I just want to make sure, yeah, this opens up into the center. Oh, but that might be okay because I already placed the sponge in here earlier. And so we can dry this section out pretty quick. Okay. And now, so now, I normally was flying back up to the base, and then the one time I was here and I looked and I realized my elytra was very, very, very low, and I didn't know if I could fly home without it breaking. And I fortunately was able to fly home, and I did get there, and then I had to go over to the mob farm and mend my elytra. And so anyway, I'm gonna quick sleep. So anyway, I just want to give you a couple tips and hints, tricks that I've learned up until this point. So one, I think it's a great idea to section the water off like this. I can tell you that it took quite a bit of time. Mobmaster and I came here, and it took a long time to place all the sand to get it into sections. When we were doing it, we had to keep fighting with guardians all the time. Well, actually on the outside wall was when we had the most trouble. Once we got one part of the wall up, because you remember it was up real high, once we had it up, then we were far enough away from the guardians and they couldn't shoot at us. So then we could get around and fill all the sections in and section it off. The other thing is, it took an awful lot of sand. So that's one tip I would give you, is definitely section the water off. It makes it a whole lot easier to drain this outside out. The second one is the beacon. If you have more than one beacon, this works great. I'll show you. We've got speed, strength 2, resistance, regeneration, and haste 2. The regeneration, when I was draining all these out, there were guardians in a lot of the sections, and they kept shooting at me. And it was nice to be able to just go in and be like, you know, you're not going to do any damage to me, you can't hurt me. I bet if we went into any one of these, I bet right now there's not even a guardian in any of them. Let's just put it this way, I'll be awful surprised if there is. Oh, I guess I'm surprised. That's the first one that I've seen in a while. So kind of another thing that I would give you a tip on when you do this, you might have elytra and you can fly up to all the different areas, and that works out well. But it also works to have some scaffolding. Once I got that whole section cleared out, I decided to put the scaffolding up, and now at this point I can go anywhere in here and actually get back to that point and get up to the top without having to use my elytra. Been a little bit more cautious with my elytra since it got down so low, and I really just, I don't want to break my elytra. I kind of like it. So that's another tip. Another tip that I would give you is even though there's sea lanterns on the outside here, it's not very many, and it is not going to light this place up. And so you definitely want to bring torches with you and light this place up and make sure that no mobs spawn. Another thing that I would suggest is We've got another portal right over there, and it's not real far away, but if you can put another portal in the area where the ocean monument is, because it really helps out to be able to take these back to the nether and dry them out. It's much faster than using a furnace, at least in my opinion. So anyway, those are some tips that I have. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get back to work. I want to try to finish clearing the last of these sections out before I go to bed tonight. This is still the time where the coronavirus has a lot of people quarantined, and I live in an area where, yes, we are quarantined, but I am still working, and so it's one of those things where I'm still working 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and I guess if I wasn't, this would probably be done by now. But anyway, I'm going to wait till it gets to be nighttime, I think, and then I'm going to sleep, or I might go clear another section out before it turns night. And then when it's all done, I'll probably pop you back in just for a little bit. Alright, so I brought you back in because the whole monument on the outside is now cleared out. We're going to go down here, and I'll take you down around the outside real quick. You can see down here is the entrance. Got to clear that out, and then inside there, that's all full of water yet, both inside the monument and underneath. I got some of it cleared out, but not a great amount, and there's still a lot of work to do, but it has come a long way, and I am real happy that I got as far as I did. I'm excited to try to get this Guardian farm up and running, and I'll check back in with you then when we start clearing out the inside of the monument. Alright, so I'm here at the ocean monument yet. I'm up on the top. Up there is where the beacon is, and then this is the top. What I've done is I've dug a hole into the top section here, and I drained this section out. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on going with that, and I keep on working my way down. So let me grab this, and then we're going to start clearing out. And so I'm going to go down here, and I'm just going to place some blocks here so that I can just clear this section out, and then I'm going to just keep on working my way down this way. I'm going to leave the sea lanterns in for the time being. I'm not sure if, yeah, I figured that was going to happen. Okay. With the beacon having the haste on, it's... Oh! Ah! Well, I kind of like that. I didn't know there was another sponge room. I thought we had cleared that all out. Okay. Alright, well anyway, I am going to keep on working on the monument here, taking things away. When I get to the outside part, just like that, I'm going to place the block back because I don't want to take that away yet. Alright. But anyway, I'm going to keep working on this, and then I will check back in with you guys later. Alright, so I'm back here at the ocean monument. You can see I've got a lot of it cleared out inside, and I'm actually down to just a little bit more. So I have this little section here. I have not cleared that out yet because the conduit is right down about here, and the other section that I have is going up around here and into the front. So I wanted to bring you guys back because I wanted to show you, if you're going to be clearing out the monument, this is what you can expect once you get down to the last couple rooms. So we're going to take a going to try to take a trip in here. There we go. Let me see if I can get myself up here. We're going to take a quick trip into this room, and what I'm going to do is try to, well, gotta get out of here. Wow. So yeah, this is going to be quite interesting to get this last little section cleared out. Wonder if maybe I can shoot some of them with the bow. I don't think that's going to work. There are quite a lot of guardians in this room. Just want to see if I can clear some of them out with the bow here. Trying to do this without taking a whole lot of damage, even with the beacons on. I still take a bit of damage. So let me eat, get my health all the way back up. Let me get my torches out of my offhand. Okay. Let me see if I can block some of this room off. So you can see, even with the conduit, I almost died there. Okay. I feel a little better about where I'm at now. So now I can gather up some of these things that I got here. Okay, let's drop some sponges and try to clear this room out. Now I need to put those torches back in my offhand. I think it's real funny to watch these guardians when they're out of the water. Okay. Thought I had everybody. Guess they were coming in through that opening there. Okay, let me collect these sponges. So now what I'm going to do Let me take that away. Now what I'm going to do is build a trench so that it won't take the torches away that I place. And then I'm going to try to go in there and clear out the last little section. Let me get my hunger taken care of. Excuse me, hunger taken care of. Okay, I'm going to just build myself a little barrier here. Alright, so we just have the front section here to go. Only got 4 sponges left though. Okay. Okay, let's take a look in here. And just not letting me place very many blocks where I want to. That's not where I want to place that. You go away. I can tell you this would be really difficult without the beacon and the conduit. I've only got like basically this section here to do, this corner, and then the whole monument's drained out except for this area here, and I'm not going to take the conduit away. This is the last section that I'm going to do. So let me go put some of these blocks away and go dry out some sponges. Yeah, just to let you know, I've gotten quite a few items from this so far, and it's made me quite happy. So I think what I'm going to do is try to break out at the top here. Let's take a look at how many are in here. Actually, it doesn't look super bad. So I think maybe yeah, I'm gonna just try to take these guys out. And then dry this out in here. So that just leaves the section where the conduit is, and now I don't feel so bad about taking that away. So about all I have to do now is just clear that section out, and then I take the conduit away. Okay, so we're gonna go up on top here. And that is the last of the Guardians. Collect the conduit. Alright. This is the ocean monument drained out, and I am happy that this is done. Well, for the most part, I'm noticing up in there there's some blocks to take away and going along there. So I will get those at another point, and I clear them out. You know, I wonder if I could get them from the nope, they're just a little too far away. So anyway, I am going to pop out here. This is the ocean monument on the outside, and so now you've seen the ocean monument on the inside and the outside drained without any water. And so I hope it inspires you to do the same. This is the first time that I've ever drained an ocean monument. I do want to thank you for joining me on this adventure and taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you learned something. It is quite the experience to go ahead and drain this, and to take on the Elder Guardians and destroy them, and then to deal with all the Guardians that are still around and will keep on spawning. In a future episode, we are going to make a Guardian farm here, and so that way we're going to get lots of prismarine shards and be able to make some interesting building blocks. That's the main thing that I want to use it for. But anyway, like I said, I do want to thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it greatly, and I will catch you next time. I'm Big Daddy Fun.